What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike Sasser, boudoir photographer in Los Angeles. Today we are in Hawaii. We're going to do a fun shoot here with Brittan and Anita. And today we're going to be talking about are the differences between commercial swimwear photography and boudoir. I'm a professional boudoir photographer. Anita shoots, you can say it.
I shoot commercial swimwear.
She shoots commercial swimwear. She can speak for herself. She doesn't need me to do it. I think a lot of people see my work and they assume it's kind of more commercial and not boudoir. Probably people see your work and sometimes get confused if that some of what you shoot is boudoir. So we're going to talk about 5 big differences between boudoir photography and commercial swimwear photography. We're going to shoot a little bit. We're going to have some fun. You guys gonna? We're about to have some fun.
We're about to have some fun.
We're gonna get ready to go have some fun. I never know how to end these things. Honestly, for boudoir, the #1 thing for me is the client's experience. If the client has a bad experience, or if they feel uncomfortable, or that's gonna be reflected in the photos, first of all, in the way the photos look, but also just in the way they feel when they look at the photos. I would rather take like B- photos and have them feel like an A+ kind of way during the shoot than I would have them feel B-, but the images are A+. And so I'm still focused on lighting and posing and expressions and all of those things, but the more comfortable I can get them and the more excited I can get them about the pictures, the more photos that they'll likely purchase.
When doing my swimwear photo shoots, there's a few things I concern myself with when it comes to taking the photos. One thing is for sure getting hero shots, and I know that in a lot of genres like boudoir, for example, you end up with maybe 10 to 20 images. For me, I usually aim for 4 to 6 images per shoot. I want them to be striking. I want them to have that wow factor. I will try and incorporate as much of my surroundings into the shot as possible. If we are, for example, at the beach, I will try and incorporate maybe waves splashing behind my model. Just things that make the shot look exciting. I want people to see them and be like, wow, this is very striking.
So traditionally, boudoir is like lingerie, but I think that wardrobe can look like a number of different things. I shoot a lot of like off-the-shoulder sweaters, body suits, button-up shirts. We'll do robes, and then a bunch of my clients end up posing nude. So there is really a limitless number of outfits or types of outfits. It should make that person feel really good about being in their own skin in whatever it is they are wearing.
For my personal wardrobe, it's usually just swimwear and sometimes jewelry. You can also add little things like maybe a cover-up or some sort of a kimono, but usually I just go with swimwear by itself, or you have to have some sort of accessories to have something to play with, like maybe a vintage camera or maybe little shells that she can play with. Maybe, you know, having a water jug where she can be pouring the water on herself. It depends if you want to do a bit more of a lifestyle kind of photo shoot or if you want to be a bit more stylized like me.
So my ideal client is someone who is female, who's about like 28 to 40 years old. She's had difficulty seeing her own beauty. Maybe other people have told her how beautiful she is her whole life, but she has a really hard time believing it. And I think my ideal client includes somebody who like wants to prove themselves wrong, or maybe they want to prove themselves right. Some of my clients are curvy, some of my clients are super thin. And these are everyday women, so I photograph a ton of mothers. I photograph anybody in the careers of like lawyers, nurses, school teachers. But if I were to kind of like wrap it in a bow, it's somebody who's ready to change their perspective about the way that they see themselves.
When it comes to choosing my models, I don't really care about the look as much. I always want to make sure that the girl does have something special in her. There is just this look in their face, and I think it's the confidence as well. I think more of my concern goes towards how body confident they are, how comfortable they are in swimwear, because I feel if a girl is not super confident in swimwear, it's going to show on photos, and I don't really want that. So I always love girls that are super confident in their body, who are maybe a bit more curvy as well, because it shows the swimwear better. I don't really care about your skin color, about your hair, as long as you have that inner confidence, that's all that matters.
So boudoir as a career can be super profitable. I do private commissions, so a woman comes in, they hire me to take pictures of them. They're gonna purchase those photos of themselves. They're gonna put it into an album. Maybe it'll be, you know, just something that they hang on their wall. Maybe they just want to capture themselves to look back on when they're 80 years old. So in Boudoir, you create a brand that connects with someone who wants to have pictures done of themselves, really wants it done right, and is willing to spend quite a bit of money, thousands of dollars, in order to have this experience done right by a professional. And if you can do that correctly, earning $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per client, I'm not gonna say it. Anybody can jump in and start making that kind of money, but most of the working professional photographers I know are making thousands of dollars a client.
I think when it comes to making money in swimwear, it is a bit tricky. I think a lot of photographers that do swimwear also do other things, like fashion, for example. There is quite a lot of swimwear brands, but a lot of them will just provide you with swimwear and not really pay you. There is a few that pay regularly, but I think the money is pretty limited and it is much harder to make a living out of it. A lot of the time when you're a swimwear photographer, you will end up doing paid tests for models. So for example, if a model wants to get into swimwear, you will take photos of her at the beach for a few hours and you will get the money this way. Or if you want to take photos for a brand, they will usually not hire you for a full day campaign, but more for a few looks basis. And what I mean by that is usually you will get your hourly fee, which usually is anything from $150 to $250 an hour, and you will do maybe 2 or 3 looks for that company, and you'll provide maybe 6 images, and that's how it works. So maybe in a day's work you will get 3 or 4 swimwear brands that will pay you your fee to take the photos of maybe 2 or 3 looks each, and you will get the money this way. For me personally, most of my income comes through YouTube, through sponsorships and digital products, so that doesn't really, add to being a swimwear photographer. Unless you're in a tropical location, swimwear is pretty difficult to make money off on a regular basis, because there is quite a lot of people out there and you have to have something really special.
Oh man, there are like a million different ways to market your boudoir photography, but I always wanted to create a system where I didn't have to like actively go out. When I first moved to LA, I did quite a bit. I tried to partner with local companies like gym companies, salons, makeup artists, things like that. But now I've been able to rank really high in the search rankings for Los Angeles boudoir, and I get a number of people coming into me and finding me mostly through Google. You can build your business on Instagram. I've seen people do insane things with TikTok now, with millions of views on their TikTok videos for people to be able to find them. Good at writing, I would work on an email list, be able to connect with your people through email or your Instagram posts. If you like video, I would do Instagram Reels. Instagram is pushing the Reels like crazy right now, and to create fun, informational boudoir Reels. Oh my gosh, those things would spread like wildfire. I think the key with marketing is everybody thinks there's like, ooh, this person does Instagram, that's what I need to be doing. Wait a second, that person's doing TikTok, that's what I need to be doing. Wait, so-and-so books 100 shoots a year with their email list. Like, that's what I need to be doing. Whatever it is that you end up deciding, you have to give it 110%. Doing just 20% of something and expecting full results, it's just not gonna get you there. So whatever it is that you pick, stick with it, you'll see results.
When it comes to marketing in swimwear, I think the most important thing is to have social media presence, and to post regularly on your Instagram. Out of my own personal experience, 99% of the jobs I would get would be through my Instagram. So I think the most important thing for you is to organize your own swimwear tests and shoot them in a really epic way that catches the brand's eye. And then if they really like your photos, you can approach them and be like, hey, I would love to take your photos. If you want to send me your swimwear, this is my rate that I can shoot with you on. And then maybe they will want to take you on. You can obviously get contacts for a lot of swimwear brands. You can contact their PR agencies, or you can even just contact them directly. They usually have a customer service line, and just pitch yourself to them, show them your portfolio and show them your work, and a lot of the time that's how you'll get the job as well. But I think for me personally, just having social media presence, being on Instagram, being able to promote your work there, having epic images in your portfolio on there will definitely help.
Be sure to follow Anita and Brittan at their Instagram. Have you said anything this whole video?
I've not said.
What was different for you about shooting like lingerie boudoir versus commercial swimwear?
Even with the swim, you do a little bit of lingerie style, and even with the lingerie, you still kind of keep the strong aspect but feminine of the swimwear.
Absolutely. So go check them out. Let us know in the comments which was most interesting or most helpful, or maybe something that you guys weren't expecting. Whoa, did we put in something that they weren't expecting? Probably not. We'll see. I did it again, even though I told myself I wasn't going to do it again. Check you in the next video. Nobody's gonna watch my videos ever again.
All right, you guys are gonna wanna head over to Anita's channel right now because she has just released the other video that we did while we were together in Hawaii. We did a shootout challenge with Brittan. She shot some boudoir, I shot some swimwear. The pictures are amazing. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Head over to her channel and watch that video now.